Hello, everyone. It is Rory here at that Eurovision site, and we are continuing on with our interviews for Eurosong 2024, the Irish national selection. And in this interview, I'm joined by the fantastic JYellowL, who will be hopefully representing Ireland with his song Judas. How are you doing?
I'm very good. Thank you, Rory. Thank you for having me. Excited, exciting times.
Oh, definitely. Yes. Well, thank you so much anyway for coming on to talk to us. I know, you're
Mhm.
kind of in the grips of getting ready for the show in just a couple of weeks. So, it's very much appreciated that you've sort of taken some time out just to chat to us. So, yeah, your song Judas, first of all, it sounds amazing. So,
Thank you.
congratulations for the fantastic song. What made you sort of want to enter Eurosong this year?
To be honest, somebody actually pushed me to do it. It was a guy called Adam. He has a page on Instagram called All Things Adam. He kind of is really into the Eurovision world, and he's been very, very hands-on over the years, just like documenting and recounting all the Eurovision moments, the best Eurovision moments. And I was speaking with him, and then after speaking with him, he was like, "Oh, have you ever thought of applying for the Eurovision, for the Eurosong? Like, the applications are open." And I was like, "Don't really know. I've never really thought about it because I don't know if it's not something that I'd usually hear of for with my style of music or etc." And then he was just like, "No, absolutely not. Like, if anything, it would be a breath of fresh air for your style of music." And I was like, all right, cool, cool. Then after the call, he sent me the link. And I was just like, he sent me the link. So the least I could do to repay this is like his intentional like conviction for me to apply for this. The least I could do is actually just go through my catalog and see what songs I could potentially hear as a Eurovision entry for Ireland, and see what happens. And that's where I stumbled across the demo for Judas. And I was like, wow, if there was ever a perfect song, this is a perfect song. And it was a song that I was always waiting for the right time to release. You have those songs where you do them and it's amazing, and you're like, you can't just release this one. Like, there has to be a moment around this song. And Judas was definitely one of those songs. It was produced by Jake Gosling and Sammy Soso, you know, industry giants. Like, Jake Gosling produced Ed Sheeran albums, for God's sake, One Direction. Sammy Soso has the #1 song in the world right now, Water by Tyler. So it was just like, it was one of those things like, this song I will feel when it's the right time. And funny enough, then when this opportunity came out, I was like, that's the right time. That's what I was waiting for. That's the feeling that I was waiting to have around this song. And that's what it deserves. And yeah, so by God's grace, everything worked out. And I got the call, be like, congratulations, you're going to be in the Eurosong contest final. And I was like, amazing. Now I have to figure out all the moving parts around this song. And thankfully we got there in the end, and we're here now speaking to you.
Hey, it's an amazing journey already just to even get to this stage. So it's we have a lot of people to thank then for you sort of being in the Eurovision bubble, I guess. So that's already a great start. Well,
Yes,
the
thank
song
you.
actually has a lot of like a female vocal as well with the amazing Tosheen as well. I mean, how did
Yes.
you manage to work with her on this as well?
I just want to say, like, Toshin is an incredible vocalist and probably one of the best that we have in the country, one of the best I've ever seen live. And I've had the opportunity to see her live on a couple of occasions over the years, and blows my mind every time. And similarly, I'm also very intentional with how I work with people and who I work with. And I'm very aware of timing, and I'm very meticulous with how I plan and how I strategize. And Toshin was always someone in the back of my mind. I was like, when the time is right, I will feel it. I will know when the right time is to work. I know I want to work with her, and I know we would work well together, but when the time is right, I will feel it. And similarly, this was the feeling. This was the right time, and credit to her for being so game. She's been so down and committed to this project, and I honestly can't express my gratitude and appreciation for her enough, because she's been amazing throughout this whole process, throughout recording, re-recording, rehearsing, and just really being on it with everything, and she's just as enthusiastic about this whole thing as I am. So it's amazing, you know. So I'm very blessed to have her involved in this project. So shout out to Toshi, man.
Shout out to Toshi, honestly, because I mean those vocals are phenomenal. So you know she's amazing for this song, fantastic. And I guess as well, you kind of said earlier that you know this song, like your style of music, wouldn't necessarily be what you would sort of typically expect, I guess, at Eurovision. So
Mhm.
with that, I mean, with Judas, then I mean, what sort of why was it that song that really kind of just like brought it? Is it because of like the lyrical content? Because I mean, the lyrics themselves have a very sort of strong message, don't they?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I think it was exactly that, and the fact that it had all the elements of a great record, a great song to me. You know, the production was very good. It had all the rhythmic patterns that, you know, I really enjoy. The melody of the instrumental sonically was just it was it's a frequency that you can feel, and it has the strong lyrical content as well that everybody can relate to, but as well as the infectious melody on the hook and the chorus. So it was all of these elements together that made me believe this is the perfect song. It has there's something in there for everyone. If you're the kind of person that you listen to music because you want to feel something, it can make you feel something not only through lyrical content but also through like also sonically as well. Credit to Jake and Sammy on the production for that, and Toshin as well for really bringing out that emotion, that raw emotion on the vocals as well. I got to take some credit as well for myself, but um, you know, in terms of the concept of like, you know, not wanting to overcome your problems, your daily struggles. This is something that everybody in the world can relate to, no matter where you are, no matter where you're from, no matter what part of society you belong to. And that's why I felt the universal relatability of the song is what made me think this is the perfect song for Eurovision entry.
Definitely, yeah. And I mean, who doesn't love a really good, uplifting, powerful song, no matter what genre it is? It's always a great.
Exactly.
So I think
Absolutely.
it's definitely something that like it stands out as well. And we have seen these kinds of songs as well in Eurosong. I mean, last year, for example, K Money and ND, they had a similar kind of song with Down in the Rain. It was quite sort of Afrobeaty, but also rapping as
Mm,
well as sort of pop. I mean,
yeah.
have you seen that the sort of uptake, I guess, in that kind of genre has been on the rise, I guess?
I think the Afrobeat scene has flooded flooded music right now, you know, and I for one am absolutely thrilled about that. You know, just being a longtime Afrobeats fan, my favorite artists in the world, seeing them being recognized globally for how amazing they are, the likes of Burna Boy, the likes of Wizkid, the likes of Davido, the likes of Ashake, all these kind of people, and just just really again expressing, accentuating the power of music, where it's just the frequencies that you can feel and understand. And it's like you have people all over the world that are buying into Afro beats right now, not really knowing or understanding what's being said, but you just know what it makes you feel. And that's why I love music so much. That's why music is the most beautiful art form for me, you know, and in my opinion. So there's been a huge uptake, and for one, I'm not mad at it whatsoever in the slightest, and I hope it continues to flood the mainstream and flood our airwaves. Um, yeah, I'm just happy to be contributing to it in my own way.
Definitely, yeah. And I mean, it's definitely worked out well for you. I mean, you've got thousands of followers, you know, like you've got tour dates, like sort of selling out the door and everything. You're really going from strength
Mhm.
to strength as an artist, which is fantastic to see, you know, for that
That's great.
usually sort of underrepresented genre. So it's fantastic to see. Um, so
Mhm.
sort of thinking about sort of Eurovision, I mean, we heard you sort of say in Ray Darcy's sort of when your song was premiered that you were a fairly big Eurovision fan. So how would you sort of say your Eurovision knowledge is? Were you a big person? Did you have a party? Like how were your traditions with that?
I feel like as a student of music, I'm very much in tune with most things that move in the music industry, in the music world. Um, as a fan first, you know, just as a fan, just out of curiosity. So I would say I'm as tuned in as I need to be, just to understand. Just I have enough spatial awareness to know, okay, this is going on. Okay, this person, this their second re-entry, and this time they've actually won. That's amazing. And oh, what a poetic moment that this person won it from Sweden and it's going back to Sweden, and then adds 50 years of ABBA. It's just things that you can't write. You can't make that up. I just think that it's just that moment there is just poetic for me, and I love it. I've referenced it quite a lot because I still think it's surreal. But so I'm as spatially aware as I need to be with Eurovision. Of course, I like to keep up to date with the Irish entries as well, um, yearly, just because again, spatial awareness, seeing and I guess a little bit of patriotism as well in that sense, where I'm like rooting and just hoping maybe we can go all the way. And but that's definitely what we're planning on doing this year. And God willing, if Judas is the representative of Ireland, gets the ticket to represent Ireland Eurovision, I have every single intention to bring it home.
That's some definite like fighting talk there. You're like, I'm gonna bring it back. That's the kind of like idea that we need, like have a positive
Yeah.
mental attitude. But it's important to know, I guess. I mean, obviously in the last few years, Ireland has kind of been sort of struggling, I guess, and to sort of even just sort of make it out of the semi-finals. So I mean, what
Mhm.
do you think sort of can be done then to sort of bring them back, and like what can you bring to the table that Ireland would not have usually thought of before?
I think I don't want to give away too much, but I think what I do bring off the bat is a representation of a modern Ireland. And in addition to that, I also bring something that everybody everywhere can find value in. Because when we get out of the Eurosong contest, it's not going to be home-based support. So it has to be something that can resonate with the rest of the world. And that's what I think Judas can do. I think the song, the concept, the meaning behind it is something that can resonate and on a frequency that everybody can relate to. So that's what, without giving away too much and without waffling, that's definitely that's definitely what I can bring differently.
Definitely, yeah. And I mean, it's just definitely like how you say, like it's a modern version of Ireland as well. And I mean, sort of thinking about that, I mean, is there any sort of things ahead of the show that you would be able to maybe give any sort of idea about? Was there any sort of staging secrets that you might be able to divulge, or are you sort of completely under wraps now?
I'm completely on the wraps just because I'm aware I'm quite a competitive guy. Like you said earlier, oh, it's real fight and talk, and this is how I look at it. For me, it's like I'm here to represent. I'm fighting to represent my country. So I'm going to do everything to do that in the best light possible. And this is something that I've been looking to do my whole career, and I've always had that chip on my shoulder because I've been making music out of Ireland, which is a small enough scene, so it can get overlooked oftentimes on the international stage. And people are like, well, I didn't know this kind of music was coming out. I know people were rapping, and so I've always been representing that and wanting to, you know, highlight and really put us on the map as a force to be reckoned with in the Irish rap scene, even through various things I've done in my career. Thankfully, like even my song being on FIFA and stuff, it's just like this is a win for all of us. You know what I'm saying? It's not just me, it's a win for all of us because now that's a part of Irish music history that's etched into the memories and the psyches of people all over the world for generations to come. You know what I'm saying? So I love that. And that's what I'm trying to do here as well. And that's exactly why I can't give away too much because I need to make sure that I need to make sure I do more than I speak. And that's my motto right now.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a very good idea to sort of keep your cards close to your chest for the meantime. But I'm sure it'll be a really
Yeah.
interesting show come the 26th of January. I'm looking forward to seeing how it kind
Rest assured.
so I guess like if someone listens to Judas and thinks, oh, this is a fantastic song, I need to check out more of JYellowL's music. What would be one song from your sort of catalog that you would recommend people to listen to?
Oh,
Tough question, I
I
know.
would it's a tough question because even and I say this because I even released an EP called Shades of Yellow, right? And the idea of that EP is that if obviously now this speaking metaphorically, but if I were a color palette and let's say yellow is the color, there's many, many, many different shades of that same color. And each shade can communicate something different, make you feel something different, and make something look a different way. And that's exactly how I view my music. The metaphor just worked for me. It's like so I couldn't just recommend one song because it depends on what kind of JYellowL you're trying to listen to. But if you're looking for something similar to Judas, then I'd have to recommend Oh Lord.
Okay, right. Okay, I'll definitely get that on the playlist now because I need to get some extra kind of things going on now, and as well, who doesn't like broadening their musical horizons at the same time, doesn't it? So,
Absolutely.
so yeah. So I mean, just a sort of final couple of questions. I mean, what would it mean for you to sort of make it to Malmö and represent Ireland should you win Eurosong 2024?
It would mean it would mean I want to say it would mean everything, but no, because winning would mean everything. It would mean that we're on the way to winning. It would mean that I'm going to do my very best to ensure that we do win and make sure that I am as good a representative of Ireland and Irish music as possible. And that is something that I can absolutely guarantee. So, like I've said, throughout my career, this is something that I've always been doing intentionally. So this is no different. This is no different for me. This is just probably a more literal way of being a representative of Ireland. But I've always been a representative of Irish music across the pond on the world stage, and I've always set out to do that. That's been a core part, an integral part of my mission statement. So I take this extremely seriously, extremely seriously. And while it's going to be fun, it's going to be enjoyable. I'm gonna love every minute of it. I'm gonna make sure that everybody can live vicariously through me, and enjoy every minute of it. Also, I'm definitely taking it with the same amount of seriousness as I always have, and I'm going to make sure that we bring it home.
That's again fantastic, amazing sort of fighting talk there. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get to see that. Maybe, well, who knows? Who knows? And
Oh,
just
that's great.
yeah, and just one sort of final question: what would be your message to all your sort of newfound international fans? Because obviously now we'll have all heard the song, and some people will be wanting to sort of follow you on from Eurosong. So, what would be your message to them?
Well, the first message I have to all the new people following me because I've been seeing this message from them a lot. So this is like a public reply to them. Um, First of all, thank you so much for all the love and support on Judas and the people who have even gone beyond Judas to dig into my catalog and tell me what other songs resonate with them and things like that. I really enjoy that. And people who dissect my lyrics and stuff like that. I love that. I live for that stuff. So, and I've been getting a lot of messages of people asking me, can you please release Judas before the 26th? So I just have to publicly say, I would love to. I would absolutely love to, but the only compromise I could come to because of the powers that be is that Judas comes out on the midnight of the 26th. So you have a whole day pretty much to listen to it before you hear it, before you watch the live performance on the Late Late Show. And I expect that you'd have listened to it enough times and streamed it enough times on repeat to have to know all the lyrics by the time it airs on the Late Late Show. So thank you so much to everybody who's following. Stick around for the journey, and I'm incredibly grateful for every single person that turns on my music and takes an interest in it. So thank you so much. It means the world to me.
Definitely. And I think you'll have definitely brought a lot of new people on board now, I think. So fingers crossed that it all kind of goes on well and you might be able to get some more. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see, I guess, come the 26th of January. But we will be
Yes.
waiting to see how many people accept that challenge and fully learn all the lyrics to the raps because I mean,
I'm curious.
speaking myself as someone who cannot do rap for the life of me, it'd be a challenge to say the least. But who knows? You know, we like a challenge, don't we? So
We do love a challenge, and we do love a challenge. If you think Judas is challenging, now I've got some interesting stuff to you down down the line. But see how you get on with Judas first.
Definitely, yeah, for sure. But yeah, with that, thank you so much anyway for the best for coming to talk to us. The best of luck come the 26th of January. I'm sure we'll all be watching. And if anyone is here that wants to vote for JYellowL, please you can do so on the Late Late Show on the 26th of January. And fingers crossed it'll go very well. I mean, do you just before we close things off, have you got any social media that you'd like us to plug whilst you're here, whilst you have an opportunity?
Um, oh, I just want to say thank you, Rory. Thank you for your time. Thank you for taking the time to speak to me. I do really appreciate that. And yeah, thank you to everyone listening. Social media, yeah, JYellowL pretty much on everything except Twitter, which is at real JYellowL. Keep in touch. Uh, and yeah, hopefully follow me on this journey. And let's bring it home. Let's bring it home. That's what we
Let's
did.
do
That's the
it.
vibe.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Well,
Yeah.
fantastic. Well, in the meantime, if you're watching this interview now, please do follow us on all of our social media here. We'll be continuing on with our interviews for Eurosong 2024 in due course. And yeah, the best of luck. Thank you so much. And we will see you soon. Bye bye.
Thank you, Rory. Take